This rare mob in Alterac Mountains can drop 2 different blue items, but the best one is a weapon with 4.0 speed, which is the slowest weapon that you can get and also at that level. So it's a level 32 item. So I wanted this weapon for my paladin, and for 12 days straight I would camp Alterac Mountains on my hunter on different layers to try to get this rare mob. And there was these 2 hunters, 2 bots that was roaming those ogres for all 12 days straight. And I would quickly recognize they are bots because I've played the game for so long. So I reported them every single day, and I also offered to help people with the quests. There's elite quests where you have to kill 15 warmongers and you have to get the tiara from one of the rare ogres in that same spot. I offered people to help for free if they would report those 2 bots for me for all 12 days that I was staying there. And on day 13 they would still be farming those ogres and they had not been banned and nothing had happened. And then I thought to myself, I have to take this into my own hands. I started 4 weeks ago and it has been going on for all 4 weeks. It has been a small project of mine actually.
Ni björnar på ryggen.
Ja.
Visit.
Hvor er det her?
Jeg fik ham.
World of Warcraft has been one of the most iconic MMORPGs for nearly 2 decades, but like any thriving online game, it has faced its fair share of challenges. One of the most significant and persistent issues is botting.
Botting in Season of Discovery. Oh my god. How do we know they're bots? They could just be classic players. I think they're bots. Yep, they're bots. Oh yeah, yep, I see, yep. Oh, look at the names. The names are just like random letters. Oh yeah, this is a big bot situation. Oh man. Can't wait to buy gold. Oh yeah, I mean, hopefully you buy it soon so you can reserve your spot in the BFD GDKP. WoW is a pay-to-win game.
Automated programs that perform repetitive tasks to farm gold, resources and more. These bots disrupt the in-game economy, create a frustrating experience for genuine players, and have sparked countless debates about fairness in WoW. But why do they exist? The answer is simple. There is a demand. The gaming landscape has changed for the worse. As discussed in my last video, gamers no longer care about the journey. They want instant gratification and zero downtime. They want to rush through any content thrown at them at the speed of light so they can log out and repeat this with the next game. With the release of hardcore WoW, people felt a small breeze of fresh air, as era servers have evolved to pure GDKP ran system where gold buyers run rampant and everyone is decked in T3 but still wipe on trash pools, because buying gold will only get you so far. So it was obvious that players were hyped for hardcore, a clean auction house, a clean slate for every character with high stakes forever, as that would be permanent, meaning the game could go on forever as anyone could die at any time. A unique way to play the game for the most thrilling seekers of adventure, yet it didn't take long before the controversy started with the guild-only Fangs led by Sodapoppin. The guild gained massive attention for clearing molten core without any player deaths, an impressive feat one could argue. However, their achievement became overshadowed when it was revealed that Sodapoppin had purchased gold from third-party sellers.
Yeah, Blizzard took all my gold. I bought gold. I mean, it wasn't a secret, and I got pretty fucked. So, yeah, I lost all my gold. It was a lot.
While Blizzard removed the obtained gold, they didn't issue a ban. Was it streamer perks, or the fact that Blizzard doesn't give a shit? This incident highlighted the complex issue of buying gold in WoW and raised questions about how Blizzard tackles this problem. Bots have been running since release back in 2004 and will continue to be here for years to come. There are tons of people who are against it, and there are tons of people who are okay with it. On any normal server you could right-click report them and hope they get banned. On hardcore, on the other hand, you can kill them. And this is a story of mad skills.
My name is MACE, and that's why Mad Skills comes from, because the first 4 letters of my in-game name, Mad Skills, is actually my real name. And I have been playing World of Warcraft since the beta version back in the day. My best friend at the time, his elder brother had some beta keys. So I was lucky, or you could say unlucky, in the sense that I got addicted to the game and has been it ever since, back in 2004. And I started playing hardcore when Road to Ragnaros started. Kargos started classic hardcore, where he would play the game in first person, and I would watch his stream every single day and want to try it out, but because he was playing on NA servers, I was not a part of it. But when Road to Ragnaros then came along, which the whole goal was that the entire guild should be starting from scratch, only be playing hardcore, and then kill Ragnaros at the end, and then the project would be over. So I was participating on the EU side of this project, and I have always been playing Hunter when it comes to hardcore, but when I was playing on official, you could say retail, before it all became classic, I have always been playing Shaman or Mage. So I chose Hunter in hardcore because I knew it was easy, and my first character got to level 60 without dying, and I thought to myself, this is easy, but then I started to play other characters, and I died a few times afterwards, but Hunter has always been my go-to when it comes to hardcore, and I have 4 level 60 Hunters played up on hardcore. There are various ways to do it. Mainly, the best way is to find a mob, an elite mob, which is much stronger than the players which are in the zone. For instance, in Duskwood, you also have Stitches. Stitches is 10 or 15 levels above anyone else. So if you understand how to kite them and you understand how to reset aggro, then you can offload the mob from you and onto the bot, and that would be the easiest way to do it. I found various ways ever since. You can also manipulate aggro from a lot of mobs, which is on the same level as you and the same level as the bot, but if you can gather 6 of them and offload all of them onto the bot, you can usually kill them as well. So that's the main 2 methods that I have been using. And almost every zone has a creature similar to Stitches in Duskwood, for instance, or the Dust Devil in Westfall, or the Tick guy in Tenaris in Caverns of Time. So most zones have these elites that are much stronger than the usual level of the zone.
Now that you know how to kill a bot, it is important that you do your research before trying this. Mad skills can't stress enough that under any circumstance you can't use this skill to kill regular players. You have to monitor these bots for some hours before commencing the slaughter. Some key takeaways to decide whether it is an actual player or a bot are as follows. Bots usually are guildless hunters farming the same mobs for hours on end. They are mostly higher level than the mobs, so there is no imminent threat to their character. They used to have Chinese names, but recently, since the killing has started, they have changed this to more Western names. Yet they still make no sense and are mostly a sum of different letters. Another key giveaway is the way they move. They make 90-degree turns, run in straight lines, and do this for multiple hours at a time. Mostly they come online during the night and continue until the late afternoon. 9 times out of 10, they farm beasts in places where there are no quests. This way they get skin and no players will see them. There are multiple of these locations all around Azeroth. 1 on 10, they are just straight up running dungeons over and over. For example, do a /who Scarlet Monastery, you will see so many level 6 hunters, it's crazy. It is hard to confirm from which country these bots originate from. It's believed that they are mostly Asian. China has historically been a significant hub for gold farming operations, including the use of bots in MMORPGs like WoW. In some cases, entire businesses operate gold farming sweatshops where players and bots farm resources around the clock. Economic incentives and market for gold buyers in Western countries make this a profitable business. Also, regions like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Thailand have had involvement in botting operations. The cost of living and wages in these countries makes it lucrative for some to run bot farms and sell gold or items to international buyers. So you have to understand that these bots are not mere individuals trying to catch up on the game. Oh, they are massive in size and are mostly run by a company, as they tend to run in the hundreds of bots at a single location. This is their bread and butter, and thus when you interfere with their operations, you might come in contact with them.
There is some bots that is communicating. I was told by one guy that he was fucking my dead mother, which was unfortunate to hear, and it was news to me. So that was sad. And another guy that was spamming garbage whenever I'm online. So I ignored that guy. He also got frustrated. But it's only two people that has been actually talking to me. There is some other guys that ride LOL, for instance, when I'm on watch list and they discover that they're about to be killed. Then the owner checks over and he rides LOL or something, and then they pretend that they are actual players, but they're really not. I have done it for so long that the bots have started to adapt, so there are certain mobs that would be on a watch list, and even my name is on a watch list. So the majority of the bots that I run up to, it's actually over 90% now. If I try to gank 10 bots, 9 of them would have either the mob or me, if not both of us on watch list, which means that the bot will be alerted, the operator will be alerted, and it has a certain behavior, for instance, running back to the local city of the zone or Hearthstone away, and different ways of avoiding death like this. So it has definitely become more difficult. I have troubles killing them alone now, which means that other hunters would need to do this as well. Because when I'm on a watch list, it's so difficult for me to do anything about it, and the majority of them I can't even touch anymore. I cannot even get close to them. They will start to Hearthstone. The other day when I logged in Tenaris, I logged in Gadgetsan, there was a bot in front of me that started to Hearthstone, and he Hearthstoned into the Gadgetsan inn. He moved 10 centimeters. He didn't even get away. Like he's coded to Hearthstone whenever I'm getting close. So other hunters would need to do the things that I'm doing, and I know that it inspired some people, because I receive message every day, both in game and on Discord, that they are trying to do it as well. And some people that say, oh, I managed to kill this guy and this guy. So I see that other hunters are picking up on this stuff, and they are doing it as well. I also believe that I will probably get banned from this, because if you look in the terms of use, you're not allowed to kill other players, even though in my defense I'm not killing players, I'm killing bots. And bots in my world is the same as an NPC, and World of Warcraft is about killing NPCs. So in my world it's the exact same thing. But I know in terms of use it's maybe not allowed to do what I'm doing. But
when creating a character on hardcore, you are presented with the following message. You agree to conduct yourself in a positive manner, not engage in harassment, hate speech, or bullying towards other players or groups. Azeroth is a dangerous place, but remember that this is a game that you are playing for fun. Be good to each other. Blizzard Entertainment reserves the right to take the most severe actions in response to deliberate negative behavior on these realms. Any players willfully and deliberately causing player death outside of consensual PvP or disrupting the play environment will find their account subject to disciplinary actions. Which technically means that you can find yourself in a tricky position as you are killing someone else's character, even when it is a bot that is playing for a monthly subscription, either with real money or through the WoW token. Just as of this week, an infamous degenerate inbred with the name X-Kinger got his account permabanned. He was notorious for killing low levels in Westfall, Duskwood, Redridge by leashing ogres from Stranglethorn. After multiple weeks of doing so, he didn't receive any penalty whatsoever. It was only until last week where Zico hosted a rather large Magora on Stitches EU. It was here that X-Kinger would once again pop up. After agreeing to a Magora with the now famous Rogue, he once again showed his true colors by unbooning after a gentleman's agreement. After some back and forward, the Rogue completely embarrassed X-Kinger, until he petried Alt F4 like the cockroach he is. Due to Zico's stream and videos popping off, a lot of players took it to Blizzard by reporting X-Kinger, which finally resulted in a permaban. With that in mind, Matt Skills is definitely with his both feet on the ground. He likes what he is doing, but knows there might be consequences in the future. But I think we can all agree it should never get to that point, as most players would agree. It is Blizzard who should fix this issue in the first place.
I don't think I have a message to the bots themselves, because really it's the system that allows them to make so much money, that the people that run this are probably coming from third world countries and maybe don't have the most lucrative ways of earning money in the country that they live in, and this is a very, very lucrative way to make a lot of money. So I believe I don't think that I would do anything different from what they are doing from the system that is built around it. The way that Blizzard have created the game, the way that gold works, for instance, not so much on hardcore, but on the servers where they run gold DKP, and also with the game time token, I believe that the bots are doing. They have found a smart way to make money. So I don't even have a message for them specifically. I just don't like that when they are ruining my experience or the people that plays the game's experience. I want it to be a clean game, and I want the integrity of World of Warcraft as I knew it to be intact. I can't blame the bots, because if if there's no consequences from doing this, I cannot really blame the bots for doing it. If it was okay for you and me to walk into a store and take whatever we want and walk out and there would be no consequences, I can't really blame anyone for it. But I believe that Blizzard, it's their responsibility to make this not happen. There should not be so many bots. You know that I'm killing 3, 4, 5 bots per day. In the beginning I was killing 10 or 15 per day. It was so easy because I saw them everywhere. All these zones that I went to, when I found the spots that they were in, there would be 5 hunters on top of each other doing the same thing, walking in the same path. And that annoyed me so much. But now I've cleaned out the majority of them. There's definitely more spaces in between the bots that I see. So I know that something has happened, but I believe there's someone, which shouldn't be me, that has to do something about this, and that would be Blizzard. They need to change something, but we know Blizzard. They've been like this for as long as I can remember, and I know that it's not going to change anytime soon. So I believe I will just come to accept it for the chaos that it is.